Hello, my name is Dr. Daniel van Ingen with the Parenting Doctors. Good evening. When I worked in South Minneapolis, Minnesota, I worked for a nonprofit organization. I directed an organization of 35 employees. They consisted of 7 supervisors, a couple coordinators, so 10 leadership positions. And our goal was to facilitate a culture of honor in our work family. And so every year when the supervisor had their annual, it was their anniversary of working at this place, I facilitated an opportunity for each of the supervisors to spend time honoring their colleague. And so talking specifically about what they appreciate about them, what they're grateful for in their work, honoring them for their teamwork, their loyalty, their fairness, their the way that they go above and beyond, their endurance during difficulty, their excellence in their overall performance. Just things that they like. So of course there were cliques, there were better friends amongst the relationships, and so some supervisors had an easier time honoring colleagues who they had a particular felt a closeness to. And I think it was a little more difficult if they weren't as close, whether they were a different shift or other reasons. And so sometimes the conversation, the honoring was superficial. Sometimes it was very deep. And sometimes it was very moving. And you saw things in people amongst the 10, 11 with myself included. You saw things over the years where we had moments. There were great moments. And now, facilitating a culture of honor in a family is very different. It can be even more deep, more rich. What I saw in the nonprofit organization that I worked with over the years, we established a culture of honor to where people would honor others specifically for things they did well. And it established a standard of seeing good, drawing good out, seeing excellence, appreciating excellence. And so whether it was reinforcing their honest communication, their kindness even under distress, their generosity to go above and beyond, their teamwork, their ability to have self-control in the midst of emotional volatility. So any number of things, just their excellence in their writing, whatever it is, whatever the tasks were, in working with clients, in helping each other out on projects, whatever it was, over time, of course, you had a much more positive environment over time. So people had more appreciation of each other, they expressed more gratitude, and they learned how to see good in each other. Think about how deep this can go in a family. Now, in a family, you have sibling rivalry, you have aggression, you have reprimands, you have difficulty. But facilitating a culture of honor will bring about positivity, will bring about more goodness, will bring about more of an expression of fondness and appreciation to each other as family members. So I encourage parents to be pearl finders in their kids. Occasionally I get this question where parents will ask, how do I find pearls? I talk with parents about being a pearl finder. And so parents will say, how can I find pearls when my daughter tells me I'm the worst mother in the world? Or, I hear you're a bitch on a regular basis. So, no doubt, sometimes parents go through this time when they're overwhelmed and they feel desperate. And the ups and downs of life. The ups and downs of parenting are like the waves of an ocean. The ups and downs of life, they never stop. But what we want to do, we want to separate the need to reprimand, the need to communicate expectations on standards of communication. Look, we don't talk that way in our family. Let's do a redo. We need to continue to instruct, teach, continue to, of course, with nurturance, with warmth, with unconditional positive regard, but we want to continue to pour into our kids to where we teach them standards of communication, excellent problem solving, being specific what their concerns are. But look, this is how we communicate. We communicate with love and respect and appreciation, and we teach our kids how to communicate well. But tonight's video is not about is those behavior issues, right? Tonight is looking past. Sometimes we need to look past some of the nonsense, some of the disrespectful back talking, and we need to, day in and day out, see good, draw good out of our children, help them to be optimistic, pour love into them, that we have unconditional love, that there's nothing they can do to increase our love for them. There's nothing that they can do to lose our love for them, that our love for them is immense. We want to look into their eyes. Every child, eye contact every day. And what I recommend are 2 moments of warmth each day where you look right into their eyes and you express how much you love them. And you express how much you appreciate them. And you find pearls. So, but what does it mean to practically facilitate a culture of honor? This is what it means. On birthdays, more than presents, more than the cake, more than the special dinner time, their favorite dinner, favorite dessert, more than the streamers and the silly strings and making sure it is as special. And of course, we want to make every birthday great. But it goes above and beyond having a bunch of kids over for a party and piling up the gifts. It's taking time to honor. And in our family, what we do is we have each person in the family go around and take time to honor the child, or honor the mom, or honor the dad for who they are specifically. Now that may be significant moments of warmth, significant emotional events, great memories. But a lot of times what we want to do is be a pearl finder. Look for those areas of character, of strength, of who they are, and speak to those things. A second way to facilitate a culture of honor in the family: Mother's Day, Father's Day. We want our kids to get used to honoring their mom with tremendous appreciation and gratitude. If we were to take the best of what psychology has to offer and apply it to a family that thrives and flourishes, what is it? It's gratitude. If you were to summarize happiness research over the last 20 years into one word, it's gratitude. And a family that flourishes is a grateful family. Children who flourish. You know, when I speak to audiences across the country, what's the one thing parents say they want most for their kids? It's for them to be happy. What's the key to happiness? Gratitude. So expressing appreciation, nurturing fondness, expressing warmth, and expressing gratitude, thanking their mom, and pointing out how mom is so great, how much they appreciate mom, how much they appreciate her excellence in different ways. And so that's has to do with appreciation of beauty and excellence. It's noticing excellence in mom. And same for dad. So it's those special times. Also, in addition to birthdays, in addition to Mom Day, Mother's Day, and Father's Day, it's those significant emotional events or milestones. So perhaps there was a key accomplishment in a child. We want to take, of course, we want to celebrate when the child was promoted to National Honor Junior National Honor Society, or promoted onto a competitive sports team, or made a key transition with something that was difficult, and for a long time they couldn't do it. We want to take time and just celebrate that experience. We want to celebrate that key breakthrough. But what we want to do is honor the key qualities within them. And that goes along with another key point. In addition to birthdays, Mom's Day, Father's Day, and key milestones, we want to continually express how proud of you are, how proud we are of you. We want to, every child, eye contact every day. We want to make sure that they know how proud of them we are. And not just post-achievement. A lot of times it's, I'm so proud of you following an achievement. No, I'm so proud of who you are, your character, the strengths about you, and who you are, your identity. It's pretty amazing. Let me talk now about the specific types of honoring. What do you say? Sure, a kid might say when they're very young, I like your hair. But of course, as they get older in the maturation process, it gets deeper, and the appreciation gets deeper. So let's talk about some of the categories. One is the wisdom category, creativity. I really appreciate your willingness to show your creativity in your words, over this past year. So on birthdays, as you're identifying key character strengths, you were really creative in that piece of art that you drew. And that was really important. Curiosity. Curiosity. When it comes to love for learning, curiosity. You have a lot of curiosity. You value what your brother says. You're an avid reader, but you still are curious about what your brother thinks on this topic. That's something I really appreciate. Your critical thinking skills. I really want to honor you for that. I really appreciate when we got the dog last year. You worked hard on training, and then the neighbor Patty next door got that dog last month, and I really appreciated how you looked out for the younger girl and shared your wisdom about dog training. And then you have your courage category, bravery, valor, perseverance. I really appreciated how when spelling was difficult a couple weeks ago, but you pressed through, and with your preparation, you were able to get right back on track. You really come across as an honest girl. And I appreciate the honesty that you have. That has shown in your friendships. I think your friends really appreciate how you are honest, you are authentic, and you come across as a person of integrity. Your friends can count on you. And so, your enthusiasm for life, your passion for life, it's just right there. Your enthusiasm for God, your enthusiasm to love your friends. Most of all, though, I really appreciate the enthusiasm that you show to your love for your siblings here. So we're looking for ways to honor in specific ways, to draw out those character strengths, to draw out that virtue. You really love close relationships. You're such a caring person. Your generosity of heart. These are all examples where we want to draw out. In the justice category, it's teamwork and fairness. It's their leadership skills. In the temperance category, you're really forgiving. I really want to point out that sometimes it's not always difficult having 4 brothers. But look, and sometimes they aggress towards you, and it is difficult, but I really appreciate how forgiving you are. It really stands out. One thing that I saw, Tommy, or Johnny, is sometimes being humble is difficult, but I said, this is something that I noticed And you said last week, "You're right, Daddy," and I'm sorry for quickly talking back the way that I did. I appreciated what you said. When you said that to me, it showed great humility. It was just such a mature thing. I wanted to point that out. And I just want to honor you for that humility that's continuing to grow. It shows what a leader that you are going to be, and that you already are at your young age of 11. Prudence, self-regulation. It's not easy. You get upset, but you show self-control on the basketball court when that kid was talking trash, and you just focused. And the next play, you had a great pass. Appreciation of excellence, your hope, your optimism, pointing out there. I really appreciate, Alessandra, how funny you are. Your humor really stands out, and I think that sometimes it gets a little stressful around here when we with our 6 kids here and our 2 dogs, and you add so much humor to our family. I just really appreciate that about you. So I want to honor you for your humor and playfulness. And of course, faith in God and God's love and faith and purpose. You have just taken what God has given you, and you have used that talent and you've made the most of it. And you are unashamed of your faith. And what comes out is boldness. And I just want to honor you for your faith and your boldness. Okay, so these are the kinds of examples. I want to be very specific about facilitating a culture of honor. And this can be, what we want to do is be pearl finders for our children. We want to find specific treasures about our children and draw them out on a regular basis. We want to identify their character strengths. We want to identify their honesty. Look, we are at Johnson. We never cheat, lie, or steal, right? And it's good to revisit those rules, but it is exponentially positive for the family that we can point out and draw out their strengths of generosity, of teamwork, of humility, of fairness, of self-control. We want to establish that culture of honor within the family. And we want to create some new rituals within the family. We want to teach children to be pearl finders with each other. And establishing what I just described for birthdays and other things, key milestones, key celebrations when we go to our favorite restaurant to celebrate our daughter accomplishing a key move in gymnastics, or going from the recreation team to the competitive team in baseball. We want to celebrate birthdays, key holidays, celebration of accomplishments, other momentous occasions by establishing routines where family members honor each other and are pearl finders. My name is Dr. Daniel van Ingen, and I want to encourage all of you families and parents in your homes to regularly facilitate a culture of honor. Check us out at parentingdoctors.com. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, and check us out. Sign up for our newsletter on all the latest from the Parenting Doctors at parentingdoctors.com. And enjoy your families.